flowers left, just dirt that remembers more than people do. There's a patch of ground past the edge of town where even the crows don't stick around. No marker, no stone, no story told, just a silence that refuses to grow old. I came here looking for something I lost, but the earth don't bargain, it only cost. Every step I take feels like I've been here before, like I buried more than just one soul in that soil. And the air gets heavy still, like it knows what I can't kill. And what I never will, it's the nameless grave where the truth got buried, where every promise I made got carried down into the dark where no light behaves. Now I stand over the nameless grave. Yeah, the nameless grave don't speak out loud, but it screams through the dirt and the shroud. Every lie I lived, every sin I saved, now they sleep in the nameless grave. I remember that night of what I choose to recall, a broken fence line and a final fall. You were calling my name through the pouring rain, but I answered silence like it was my name. The shovel felt lighter than my conscience did, like I was digging up everything I hid. And when the ground finally swallowed it whole, it didn't just take you, it took my soul. Now the moon won't look this way, like it's scared of what I say when I come back here to pray. It's the nameless grave where the truth got buried, where every promise I made got carried down into the dark where no light behaves. Now I stand over the nameless grave. Yeah, the nameless grave don't speak out loud, but it screams through the dirt and the shroud. Every lie I lived, every sin I saved, now they sleep in the nameless grave. You remember, you did this. You stayed silent. I don't know who's beneath me anymore, or if it was ever just one name. Now I visit when the night is thin, when the world forgets where I've been. I talk to the ground like it might reply, but it only listens as I ask why. There's no forgiveness etched in stone, just a place where I stand alone. And every breath I take feels borrowed time from a debt that was never mine. And the dirt won't let me leave, like it's part of what I grieve. And the grave don't believe. It's the nameless grave where I still remain, bound to the earth like a ghost in chains. Every step I take leads me back again to the place where it all went end. Yeah, the nameless grave don't fade with years, it feeds on silence, it grows on tears. And every truth I was too afraid to save now lives in the nameless grave. It's the nameless grave, and it knows my name, even if the world won't say the same. And I'll keep coming back, forever enslaved to the nameless grave. No name carved, but it remembers mine. soft where I stood still, like it remembered every will. The sky hung low, too close to breathe, over something buried underneath. No cross to mark, no name to tell, just quiet earth that knew too well. And every step I took instead felt like I walked with the dead. I came back here at break of night to face what I buried out of sight. The shovel's rust still fits my hand, like it remembers what I planned. The trees don't move, the wind don't cry, just silence stretched across the sky. And every shadow bends too long, like it's been waiting all along. I tried to leave this place behind, but you don't outrun your own damn mind. And every mile I ever fled just dug me deeper into the dead. There's a weight beneath the dirt and stone that don't belong to flesh and bone. It's every truth I never said, buried down in silent dread. It's 6 feet of regret I made in the dark, where the truth won't fade. No prayer can wash, no time can mend what I laid down and tried to end. Oh, I tried to walk away from it, but every step just tightened it. And now I stand where I once fled, above 6 feet of living dead. I see your face in the shifting ground, not in sight, but in the sound. Every scrape, every grain of dirt feels like a memory dragged through hurt. The night grows thick around my chest, like it won't let me second guess. And every breath I try to take feels like a promise I can't break. The hole ain't deep enough to hide what still breathes on the other side. And every inch I tried to fill only made the silence louder still. The earth don't forgive, it just holds tight. Every wrong done out of sight, and every lie I tried to keep still breathes beneath that shallow deep. It's 6 feet of regret I made in the dark, where the truth won't fade. No prayer can wash, no time can mend what I laid down and tried to end. Oh, I tried to walk away from it, but every step just tightened it. And now I stand where I once fled, above 6 feet of living dead. I dropped the shovel, hands went numb, like I knew what I'd become. Not a man who lost his way, but one who chose it anyway. The ground beneath began to shift, not breaking through, but just enough to remind me clear and slow. Some things don't stay where you let them go. I heard no scream, I saw no sign, but something moved between the lines of what I buried, what I knew, and what still lives because of you. There ain't no grave that holds us in once it starts beneath your skin. No dirt, no dark, no hollow ground can silence what won't stay down. And every night I close my eyes, I feel the weight I can't deny. Not from below, not from the dead, but from the life I left instead. It's 6 feet of regret I made, but I'm the one that never stayed. No burial deep, no ending true, just endless ground between me and you. Oh, I tried to leave, but now I see there ain't no distance left for me. And every road I ever tread leads back to 6 feet of regret. Now I don't dig, I don't repair, I just return and stand there, where silence breathes and shadows spread over the place I left you dead. And if you ever pass this land and feel the weight beneath your stand, don't stay too long, don't look ahead. night stays still, the ground won't part. It holds what's buried in my heart, and I remain where truth has bled, bound to 6 feet of regret.
Secrets it don't keep. The water hums a hollow tune underneath the dying moon. No ripples break, no voices call, just something moving beneath it all. And every glance into that black feels like it's pulling something back. They found his boots by the river bend, where the mud and memory never end. No sign of struggle, no trace of fight, just empty space and fading light. The town said he must have slipped away, lost his footing, gone astray. But I knew better deep inside, the river don't take, it decides. We used to stand on that same old bank, throwing stones till the daylight sank. He said one day he'd call his name. I laughed it off like it was a game, but the water always watched us close in ways nobody ever knows. And every whisper through the reeds sounded like it knew our deeds. The river took him back that night, pulled him under without a fight. No goodbye, no final sound, just a name that never was found. Oh, I stood there calling through the dark, but the water swallowed every mark. And now I hear it when I'm alone, like it's waiting to take me home. His mother cried, but never loud, just stared at the ground, never the crowd. Like she already understood what no one else believed they could. They dragged the banks for days and more, but nothing washed up on the shore. Just drifting leaves and silent proof that some things don't return the truth. The sheriff said, son, let it go, but I could feel it in the flow. Something deeper than death or chance, something that don't leave by circumstance. And that I hear it call his name through water thick and dark and plain. And sometimes I swear it calls for me from somewhere far beneath the stream. The river took him back that night, pulled him under without a fight. No goodbye, no final sound, just a name that never was found. I stood there calling through the dark, but the water swallowed every mark. And now I hear it when I'm alone, like it's waiting to take me home. take me home. My boots sit where his once did lie, at the place where the waters sigh. No fear left, no reason to fight, just the pull of the endless night. And if they come to look for me, they won't find what they think they'll see, just empty ground and water's breath, where the river speaks of death. The willows weep, the current hums, for all the lost, for all that comes. And in that dark I finally learned, the river takes back what it's earned. Churchyard gates scream in the night, rusted chains rattling in the pale moonlight. Every ghost has a story to defend. Every wound we carry never truly mends. Crosses standing in the midnight wind, silent witnesses of blood and sin. Crosses standing in the midnight wind, guiding souls that will never rise again. Crosses standing. The river runs where the willows weep, carving secrets it don't keep. The water hums a hollow tune underneath the
The moon hangs low like a cracked white eye, watching the fields where the shadows lie. Corn stalks sway in a breathless wave, like something is walking between the graves. The wind don't move like it used to do, it drags its feet like it's passing through. And every sound in the midnight air feels like a voice that shouldn't be there. I took the road past Miller's land, where the soil runs black like burning sand. They said, don't stop when the lights go dim, don't listen close or you'll follow him. But I was young and I didn't care, just chasing silence into a dare, with headlights cutting the choking green, like the world had forgotten what light could mean. The radio cracked with a broken hymn, like something was singing instead of him. And I swear I heard my name get said in a voice that crawled inside my head. I rolled the window down just a bit, and that's when the whole night started to shift. The corn leaned in like it knew my sins, and the whispers began again. There's whispers in the cornfield calling my name, soft like mercy but burning like flame. They said, don't turn back, don't leave this ground. Once you hear us, you're never found. Oh, I tried to run, but the tires just spun, like the earth itself wouldn't let me come undone. And the deeper I go, the less I see, just whispers in the cornfield swallowing me. I stepped out slow on the gravel road, where the air felt heavy, thick and slow. The corn stood tall like a watching crowd, silent but somehow screaming loud. Each stalk was bending just out of sight, like something was moving just beyond light. And footprints pressed in the muddy soil, like something had walked there without recoil. Then I saw a scarecrow standing still,
direction, and the wind said low in a shaking tone, "You should have never come here alone." The corn began to close behind, like it was erasing every line, and every step that I tried to take just led me deeper into the shade. There's whispers in the cornfield calling my name, soft like mercy but burning like flame. They say don't turn back, don't leave this ground. Once you hear us, you're never found. Oh, I tried to run, but the tires just spun like the earth itself wouldn't let me come undone. And the deeper I go, the less I see, just whispers in the cornfield swallowing me. I found a lantern hanging low, swung by a rope with a dying glow. It flickered words in a broken code, like it knew every path I chose. A figure stood where the roads divide, face half hidden, half alive. It didn't speak, it just stepped near, and suddenly everything went too clear. I saw my father, or what he'd been, before the fields got under his skin. He said, "Boy, don't trust what you hear at night. The corn don't give back what it takes in life." Then he faded into the grain, like he was never here again. Now the sky is a hollow drum, beating slow till the night goes numb. And I realize with a sinking breath, the corn is just what's left of death. Every whisper is just the past, trying to make a moment last. And every soul that's lost its way still walks these roads to this day. There's whispers in the cornfield calling my name, no mercy left, just endless flame. They say don't turn back, don't leave this ground. Once you hear us, you're never found. Oh, I tried to run, but the tires just spun like the earth itself wouldn't let me come undone. And now I know what the silence means. The cornfield remembers everything. I don't know how long I've been here now. The sky don't change, it just knows how to stay the same in a dying loop, like time got trapped inside the loop. The road I came on doesn't exist, just rows of green in the endless mist. And I hear my voice in the rustling grain, calling myself again and again. Maybe I was never outside, maybe I stepped into something that hides, and every whisper that led me in was just where I always have been. So if you pass where the corn grows high, don't trust the wind, don't question why. And if you hear your name on the breeze, don't follow it into the trees. Because the field don't sleep and it don't forgive, it only knows how the lost still live. And every stalk where the shadows spin, the whispers are waiting to pull you in. Stand tall where the shadows sleep, where the roots run dark and the silence keeps every secret that the night can find, buried deep where the light can't find. The wind moves slow through needle and bone, like it's whispering names it's always known. And somewhere lost between the lines, something waits beneath the pines. I took that trail past the broken sign, where the path fades out and twists with time. They said don't walk where the forest bends, 'cause that's where all the lost ones end. But I've been chasing what I can't explain, through dirt, through dust, through quiet pain. And every step I made that day felt like it pulled me further away. The trees grew thick, the light grew thin, like the world was closing slowly in. And every sound I tried to trace
like it had swallowed up the night. And something deep beneath the skin told me not to look within. It's buried beneath the pines, where the truth won't stay, where the earth pulls everything away. Every lie, every crime, just fading now beneath the pines. Oh, I hear them calling through the ground, in every root and every sound. And the deeper I go, the less I find just what was buried beneath the pines. I found a shovel half sunk in clay, like someone tried to walk away, but left behind what they had done. When the digging finally was done, the dirt was loose, too soft, too wide, like it was breathing from inside. And every instinct in my bones said, leave this place and go back home. But something pulled me to my knees beneath those ancient watching trees. And when I touched the hollow ground, I swear I felt a heartbeat sound. The wind went still, the forest hushed, like every living thing it rushed to watch the moment I would see what waited there beneath me. Is buried beneath the pines, where the truth won't stay, where the earth pulls everything away. Every lie, every crime, just fading now beneath the pines. Oh, I hear them calling through the ground, in every root and every sound. And the deeper I go, the less I find, and just what was buried beneath the pines. With shaking hands through broken earth and silent land, each inch I cleared, the colder it grew, like I was breaking something through. Then came the smell of rust and rain, of something lost that won't remain. And buried there beneath the soil was more than death, more than spoil. I saw a shape I couldn't name, not quite a body, not quite the same. And in that moment I understood some things are meant to leave the wood. The forest breathed, the roots held tight, like they were guarding something right. Not evil, not good, just bound to be a memory locked eternally. And every tree began to sway, not from wind but something say, like they were warning me to go before I learned too much to know. It's buried beneath the pines, where the truth won't stay, where the earth pulls everything away. Every lie, every crime, just fading now beneath the pines. Oh, I hear them calling through the ground, in every root and every sound. And now I know what I can't find is what I left beneath the pines. Sometimes in the dead of night, I smell that damp and hear that sight. The wind through trees ain't just the breeze, it's something speaking through the leaves. And every dream pulls me behind, back to the place beneath the pines. So if you walk where the tall trees grow, don't trust the things you think you know. 'Cause once you hear that quiet sign, you'll be buried beneath the pines.
The light falls thin across the floor, like it don't belong here anymore. Every corner holds its breath, like it's waiting on something left. The walls don't speak, but they still live, and all the things they won't forgive. And every step I take feels slow, like I've been here long ago. Through the broken door, where I swore I'd go no more. The dust still hangs, the air still aches. With every choice a man can't shake. The mirror's cracked but shows too clear a face I tried to leave last year. But time don't change what's underneath, it just lets it sink in deep. I hear the floorboards shift and sigh, like they remember every lie. Every shadow stretched too long feels like it knows where I went wrong. There ain't no place I didn't hide from the truth I kept inside. And every step I took to flee just brought the dark back close to me. Shadows don't forgive what you've done, they follow close, they never run. No matter where you try to go, they're in the light you think you know. I tried to outrun my past, but nothing buried ever lasts. And every road I can't outlive leads me back where shadows live. The hallway bends the way it did back when I was just a kid. But now it feels too tight, too near, like it's closing in with fear. I pass the room where silence grew, from words I never followed through. And every mark upon the wall still stands to witness every fall. A voice calls out but not too loud, like it's wrapped inside a shroud. And though I know there's no one there, it feels too real to just be here. The dark don't scream, it don't accuse, it just reveals what you can't lose. And every truth I tried to shove still lingers where I couldn't love. Shadows don't forgive what you've done, they follow close, they never run. No matter where you try to go, they're in the light you think you know. I tried to outrun my past, but nothing buried ever lasts. And every road I can't outlive leads me back where shadows live. In every shape the darkness calls, not faces clear, not forms I know, just pieces of what I let go. They don't reach out, they don't demand, they just remain where I still stand. A quiet proof I can't deny of every truth I let die. And in the stillness I can feel something far too sharp to heal. Not pain, not fear, not even grief, just something deeper than belief. And maybe shadows ain't the night, but everything we keep from light. Not evil, not some curse to lift, just truth we never learned to sift. And every step I took away just stretched them longer into day, till I became what I once feared, a man with nothing left but here. Shadows don't forgive what I've done, they don't need to. I'm the one who carries every silent scar, no matter where or who we are. Oh, I tried to hide, I tried to live, but shadows don't forget, don't forgive. And every road I walk still gives back to the place where darkness lives. Now I don't run, I don't pretend, I walk with them chase, no past to flee, just all that still remains of me. And if you ever feel them near, in quiet rooms or empty fear, don't turn away, don't try to live like shadows ever could forgive. The light fades out, the dark won't shift. It holds you close, it never drifts. And I remain where truth won't live, 'cause shadows don't forgive. The wind cuts sharp across the stone, like it's carving through the bone. No birds sing, no daylight wounds, just restless skies and coming storms. The hills stand tall like silent judges, keeping count of blood and grudges. And every step you take up here feels like something drawing near. And dread, with a price half paid and a past not dead. They said don't come if you've done wrong. These hills remember far too long. Cabins rock where the cold winds pass, with broken glass and brittle grass. And every door I passed that day looked like it turned its face away. A man I knew once crossed this line, swore he'd leave it all behind, but they found him cold beneath the shell, with empty eyes and a wordless tale. A voice came drifting through the ridge, like it followed every step I lived. Said you can climb but you won't outrun what's been waiting since you begun. There's no mercy in these hills tonight, no wrong or right, just fight or flight. Every sin you tried to hide comes crawling out from the mountainside. Oh, I came to settle what I owe, but the land don't care, it only knows. And every path I try to take leads me back to my mistake. I found a cabin at the ridge's end, where the road gives up and the shadows bend. The door hung loose like a broken tooth, guarding nothing but the truth. Inside was still too still to trust, like the air itself had turned to dust. And on the wall, carved deep and wide, were names of those who never survived. Mine was there in jagged lines, like it had been carved before my time. And something deep beneath my skin told me I'd always belong within. The fire pit burned with no flame,
yet still it whispered out my name. And every breath I tried to claim just fed the echo all the same. There's no mercy in these hills tonight, no wrong or right, just fight or flight. Every sin you tried to hide comes crawling out from the mountainside. Oh, I came to settle what I owe, but the land don't care, it only knows. And every path I try to take leads me back to my mistake. My mistake. I ran outside, but the hills had changed. The paths were gone, the sky deranged. The ground beneath began to shift, like it was closing every rift. Figures moved along the crest, shaped like the ones I never confessed. They didn't speak, they didn't chase, they just stood there face to face. And in the silence I could feel every truth I tried to conceal. No courtroom here, no final plea, just the land and what it sees. There ain't no law in rock and bone, no judge to say I'm not alone, just ancient ground that knows your name and holds you to it all the same. And every step you think is free was carved long before you could see that some debts don't fade with time, they root themselves in dirt and crime. There's no mercy in these hills tonight, no wrong or right, just endless night. Every sin I tried to hide now walks with me, side by side. Oh, I came to settle what I owe. Now I finally understand and know there ain't no road, no way to break from the shape of my mistake. Now I wonder where the red lines bleed, with nothing left but what I've been. No past to change, no truth to twist, just names carved deep in the mountain's fist. And if you ever climb this high and feel that weight you can't deny, turn back before you lose your will. There's no mercy in these hills. The wind still cuts, the silence stays. The wind still cuts, the silence stays. The wind cuts sharp across the stone, like it's carving through the bone. No birds sing, no daylight warms, just restless skies and coming storms. The hills stand tall like silent judges, keeping count of blood and grudges. And every step you take up here feels like something drawing near. I rode in slow through dust and dread, with a price half paid and a past not dead. They said don't come if you've done wrong, these hills remember far too long. Cabins rock where the cold winds pass, with broken glass and brittle grass. And every door I passed that day looked. Hush now, don't you make a sound, the night is listening all around. The wind don't blow, it breathes in slow, where the lost and weary go. Close your eyes, don't ask me why. There's comfort in a lullaby, but not the kind you knew before. This one opens a different door. I heard it first first when I was young, a song too soft to be well sung. No voice, no tune I could repeat, just something drifting through my sleep. My mother said, don't follow that, there's no road there that leads you back. But every night it called my name, until the dark and I were the same. It hummed through walls, through bone, through air, like something always waiting there. And every time I turned away, it pulled me deeper anyway. It ain't a song for the living ear, it's something only the lost can hear. And once it finds its way inside, it never leaves, it just resides. It's a dead man's lullaby I hear, soft as grief, but always near. No words to hold, no truth to keep, just something pulling me to sleep. Oh, I tried to fight, I tried to stay, but it keeps calling me away. And every note I can't deny is sung from a dead man's lullaby. I walk the fields where no one goes, where silence blooms and nothing grows. And there I heard it, clear as day, not loud, just close enough to stay. A figure stood where shadows bend, not quite a start, not quite an end. He didn't move, he didn't speak, but I felt something in me break. The song grew strong without a sound, like it rose up from the ground. And every breath I tried to take turned into something it would take. The sky turned pale, the world went thin, like I had stepped too far within. And every step I tried to flee just brought the lullaby with me. It's a dead man's lullaby I hear, soft as grief, but always near. No words to hold, no truth to keep, just something pulling me to sleep. Oh, I tried to fight, I tried to stay, but it keeps calling me away. And every note I can't deny is sung from a dead man's lullaby. I see their faces when I rest, not in fear, but something less, like memories without a frame, or voices stripped of every name. They don't reach out, they don't accuse, they just exist in hollow hues. And in their stillness I can feel a truth too quiet to be real. That this ain't death and this ain't peace, it's something in between. Release, a place where nothing fades or dies, just hums beneath the lullaby. And maybe I was always meant to hear the song that never ends, not as curse, not as grace, but as a path I couldn't erase. No fire, no dark, no heaven's call, just endless echo through it all. A melody without a start that settles deep inside the heart. It's a dead man's lullaby I hear, and now I know. And
first visit, it will keep a place for you where shadows lie inside that quiet lullaby. Hush now, don't you make a sound. The night is closing all around. A dead man riding through the smoke. A dead man riding through the smoke. A dead man riding through the smoke. With a heart to know and a soul long broke. A dead man riding through the smoke. No prayers left, no second hope. Just the sound of hooves where the shadows flow. A dead man riding. The moon don't shine for mercy. It shines for what hunts beneath it. Frozen ground where the world goes quiet and the lost are found. Every shadow stretches like a living thing with teeth made of hunger and memories. I've been walking this ridge since the fire went out, with a heart full of questions and a head full of doubt. And the forest don't judge, it just waits and stares like it knows every sin a man carries there. I hear them moving in the dark, like the circle in my heart, waiting for the world to fall apart. We are wolves under the moon, we don't belong to light, born from the hunger of a merciless night. Every instinct pulls us closer to the edge, walking that thin line on a broken ledge. Yeah, we are wolves under the moon, no place to hide, with the wild running deep on the inside. And every step we take, we're consumed by the wolves under the moon. I saw your face in the reflection of the frozen lake, but it vanished like a promise that we couldn't make. There's a part of me still calling your name, but the echo comes back just the same. The wind cuts sharp like a memory blade of every wrong decision that I ever made. And I feel something watching from beyond the trees, like it's breathing in rhythm with me. And the silence starts to grow, like it already knows where the darkness goes. We are wolves under the moon, we don't belong to light, born from the hunger of a merciless night. Every instinct pulls us closer to the edge, walking that thin line on a broken ledge. chasing or being chased. Every path I take feels like a losing race, and the line between beast and man is thin when the moonlight crawls under your skin. There's a truth in the forest I can't deny, that something in me never learned to die. And the deeper I go into the cold unknown, the more I realize I'm not alone, and the how becomes my own, like it's carved into bone, like I've never been home. We are wolves under the moon, we never break free from the hunger that lives inside of me. Every fear I face, every truth I consume turns to wolves under the moon. Yeah, we are wolves under the moon. Forever we roam through a world that we no longer call home, and the night keeps pulling us through. We are wolves under the moon. The moon don't judge, it just watches.
The night hung low, too still, too near, like it was waiting just to hear. Every breath I tried to hide, every truth I kept inside. The moon was thin, a crooked blade, cutting through the choice I made. And in that silence, cold and true, began the night I buried you. I dug the ground with shaking hands, through broken dirt and shifting sand. Each shovel's weight a heavy sound, like it was judging what I'd found. You didn't speak, you didn't cry, just stared at me with hollow eyes, like you already knew the end before it ever could begin. The trees stood still, the wind held tight, like even nature feared that night. And every shadow stretched too long, like it was watching what went wrong. I tried to tell myself a lie, that this was mercy in disguise. But deep beneath the dirt and dread, I knew the truth I couldn't shed. It was the night I buried you alone, in a place where nothing's ever known. No cross to mark, no prayer to say, just silence swallowing the day. Oh, I tried to leave it all behind, but it's carved too deep inside my mind. And every step I take feels through the ground that holds what I did to you. Was soft, too soft to trust, like it remembered blood and dust. And every inch I covered slow felt like something I couldn't let go. I turned away, but heard it still, a quiet sound against my will. Not from the ground, not from the air, but from a place already there. The shovel fell, my hands went numb, like I had nowhere left to run. And in the dark I swore I knew the night had buried me there too. The moon went dark behind a cloud, like it refused to look down now. And every breath became a thread, binding me to what was dead. It was the night I buried you
take feels through the ground that holds what I did to you. I left that place before the dawn, but something followed me along. Not in shape, not in sound, just a weight I carried around. Every mirror shows your stare, every shadow says you're there. And every time I close my eyes, I see the truth I can't deny. You don't haunt, you don't chase, you just remain in every place. A quiet presence I can't undo, a living echo left of you. And maybe I was never free from the moment you looked at me. Not anger, not fear, not even blame, just something deeper without a name. A bond that didn't break with earth, a silence louder than its worth. And every breath I take since then feels like I'm digging once again. It was the night I buried you alone, but I was never left on my own. No grave can hide, no dirt can keep what refuses death, what won't sleep. Oh, I tried to run, but now I see there ain't no distance left for me. And every road I follow through leads back to the night I buried you. Now I'll walk where the soil feels thin, like it might give way again. No peace to find, no truth to claim, just endless echo without a name. And if you ever stand where I stood and feel the pull beneath the wood, don't turn away, don't follow through, or you'll relive the night I buried you. The night still waits where I began, with open earth and empty hand, and somewhere deep where shadows grew, it's always the night I buried you. The smoke over Hollow Creek tonight, drifting slow and dying light. The sky turned gray long before dusk, like it knew what turned to dust. The water don't run like it used to flow, it moves too still, too dark below. And every breath that fills
still stands with a broken cross, like it remembers every loss. The bell don't ring, the pews don't creak, just silence buried deep and weak. I stepped inside but felt it shift, like the past had torn a rift, and every shadow moved too slow, like it had nowhere else to go. I found a book half burned and torn, pages black and edges worn, names inside I used to know, not just embers in the glow. The air grew thick, the light grew thin, like something stirred beneath my skin, and every breath I tried to keep felt like it didn't belong to me. The smoke over Hollow Creek tonight, where all feels close and right, feels slight. Every memory, every sin burned away, but still within. Oh, I came back to understand what slipped away from this land. But all I found in the thick and bleak was smoke over Hollow Creek. I walked the path down to the stream where water once ran clear and clean. Now it's black and barely moves, like it's forgotten how to prove. I saw reflections not my own in every ripple overthrown, faces staring from below, those who never got to go. They didn't speak, they didn't cry, just watched me with a hollow eye. And in that gaze I came to see, this place ain't done with me. And maybe fire don't cleanse or end, it just reshapes what we pretend into something we can't outrun, long after all the burning's done. And maybe smoke don't drift away, it lingers where we choose to stay, a quiet mark upon the air of everything that's no longer there. The smoke over Hollow Creek tonight, and I can't tell the dark from light. Every memory, every sin, still alive beneath my skin. Oh, I came back, but now I know some things don't fade, they only grow. And every step I try to seek leads me back to Hollow Creek. Now I don't leave, I don't return, I just remain where embers burn. No past to fix, no truth to speak, just drift and smoke in Hollow Creek. And if you ever pass this way and smell the ash that chose to stay, don't follow where the shadows leak, through smoke over Hollow Creek. The fire's gone, but not the stain, it lingers deep in ash and pain. And I am just a voice grown weak in the smoke of Hollow Creek. The sun bleeds red across the open sky, another day to live, another night to die. My boots are worn, my soul is torn from every battle I've survived before. The wind whispers sins I can't deny. Every mile I go, I
word soft, but it called me empty. Your echo stayed, I couldn't sleep. Your footsteps faded down the hall, like I was nothing after all. The room went cold, the clock stood still. My breath felt heavier than guilt. I said your name and lost its sound, just staring shadows all around. I waited for the world to speak, but nothing answered back to me. I spoke to silence after you left, and knew my sins and knew my regrets. The wind was humming through the broken pines, like it knew my name but forgot the time. Headlights flicker on a midnight grave, and the radio sings like a ghost I saved. There's a bottle half dead on the passenger seat, and a map that's folded where the edges meet. I swear I saw heaven on the same old road, but it vanished fast when the cold wind blew. I left my home when the skies turned black, with a pocket full of dust and no way back. Mama said, boy, don't trust that road. It takes your name and leaves your soul. But I laughed like fire in a summer storm, said I'd outrun every shape I was born. So I kissed goodbye to the porch light glow, and I followed where the wild winds go. The tires screamed on the gravel night, like they knew the truth I was trying to hide. Every mile felt just the same, like a loop confession without a name. I saw a preacher at a gas station light, said, son, you're drifting out of sight. But his eyes were hollow, his hands were cold, like he'd been driving this road too long to hold. This is a road that never leads home, where the painted lines turn into bones, where every turn is the same mistake, and every dawn is a heart that breaks. So I've been lost, but I keep on driving through the silence where the dead keep riding. And I swear I hear my name in the wind, but the road just bends and begins again. I met a man with a rusted car, said he used to chase every falling star. Now he counts the cracks in his worn-out dash, like the memories that fade too fast. He said, son, don't trust the yellow signs, they lie in shadows and crooked lines. Every promise here is a buried lie, every goodbye just learns to lie. We shared a drink by the roadside ditch, where the water hummed like a broken switch. He said, I've been here since I don't know when, and I knew I'd see him again and again. The moon was a bruise in a tired sky, as I watched my reflection pass me by, and it winked like it knew what I'd become, a ghost with a tank that's never full of sun. This is the road that never leads home, where the painted lines turn into bones, where every turn is the same mistake, and every dawn is a heart that breaks. So I've been lost, but I keep on driving through the silence where the dead keep riding. And I swear I hear my name in the wind, but the road just bends and begins again. There was a town that I almost knew, with a church bell ringing through the blue, but the doors were locked and the windows cracked, like they'd seen too many souls pass by. A woman stood with a cigarette burn, said every traveler never learns. They think they're running from what they are, but they're just circling the same damn scars. She touched my hand and it turned to dust, like everything here forgets to was inside what the silence spoke. I tried to stop, but the wheels won't break. They keep on dragging me night and day. The engine moans like a dying hymn as the edges of the world grow thin. I see my house in the rearview glass, but it flickers like it was never my past. Just a trick of light, just a borrowed dream, slipping away at the seams between. This is the road that never leads home, where the painted lines turn into bones, where every turn is the same mistake, and every dawn is a heart that breaks. So I've been lost, but I keep on driving through the silence where the dead keep riding. And I swear I hear my name in the wind, but the road just bends and begins again. The door shuts soft, but it cold me empty. Your echo stayed, I couldn't sleep. Your footsteps faded down the hall like I was nothing